So the first question: if some people are to be believed, there is no stigma surrounding TB. So as a survivor, what are your views on this? So if you're comfortable, could you tell us about your instances, like what you faced? How did you face the stigma, and what was your experience in it?
There is always a stigma surrounding an infectious disease, and TB is no different. TB related stigma is common and it affects the individual but also the family. We have seen people being mistreated, giving up on treatment. Sometimes even health personnel discriminate openly. The sad part is that it is based on misinformation, as a large number of TB cases are non-infectious, and those that do stop being infectious within a certain treatment period.
So, coming on to the second question. So, why do you think that stigma in TB still persists?
Misinformation, lack of public awareness, all of these breeds fear and stigma. If you notice, we saw something similar in the early part of the COVID-19 epidemic. People spread wrong information and other people believe it and then discriminate. A common myth is that TB is genetic. This is false. TB affected families all have TB. Also not true.
So, what is the impact that stigma has on a TB patient?
It's terrible. There is self stigma where you stigmatize yourself and hate and blame yourself. Consider yourself inferior. Then there is social stigma where others, including the health system and sometimes even your own families, discriminate. All of this can impact your motivation to get a diagnosis, continue and complete treatment, have have good mental health, live happy, meaningful lives, ability to go to work. All of this is impacted from who you are to what you do.
When they discriminate, people have been known to say they are doing this as a part of infection control so that they don't get TB. What do you have to say about this? Are there any ways to engage in infection control that don't, amount to stigmatizing the patient?
This is absolutely wrong. Discrimination actually feeds the infection. When there is stigma, people hide their diagnosis, don't take treatment, and in the process may be sicker and spread the disease. Infection control is needed only for a limited period, and it includes masking, ensuring ventilation, helping the affected individual right diagnosis and treatment. Shunning and stigmatizing people is no infection control, but the exact opposite.
Society still believes that TB spreads by touch or that all forms of TB are infectious. Is this true? Like, what do you have to say about this?
False. 40% of TB cases are extrapulmonary, that is not in the lungs, are non-infectious. Those that are infectious don't spread by touch but by air, and this also happens to those who are in close proximity over long periods of time.
How can we, the government, the civil society, health providers, advocates, work to mitigate the stigma directed at the TB patient?
How can they help is like they can create public awareness, give people the right information, provide patient support and give them knowledge on rights, educate and inform families, bring legislation to act against discrimination, sensitize healthcare workers. The answer is information and awareness, not discrimination. Show TB survivor in a positive light.